6 foods that you can eat freely as a type 2 diabetic. If you're a type 2 diabetic and you've been told you've got to go on a diet and you're scared that all you're going to get to live on is fresh air and rabbit food and that you're going to start digging burrows in the ground, and watch this video and I'll show you the massive amount of food choices you have as a type 2 diabetic. Now, if you're a type 2 diabetic looking to reverse your condition naturally, then Type Rhino is the channel for you. Give us a subscribe, give us a like, press that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos that we bring out every Monday, 6:30 GMT time. Now, my name is John Collett, and in March 2018, I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and with 6 months, I managed to reverse my condition. Watch this video and I'll show you what foods that I ate to reverse my type 2 diabetes. So let's get into it. So the first food that you can eat freely, vegetables. Okay, now there's a simple rule here. If it grows above ground, it's good, and if it grows below ground, you got to limit the intake. Now there's 20,000 different vegetables out there in the world for us to eat. So don't go on to me about how your food options are limited. 20,000, well, surely that's enough. But why is vegetables that grow above ground better than the vegetables that grow below? Well, the vegetables that grow above have a lower carbohydrate intake and a higher fibre option. And fibre is good, our body likes fibre. And the vegetables that grow below ground tend to have a higher carbohydrate intake. And as type 2 diabetics, we need to lower the amount of carbohydrates we put into our body, because carbohydrates turn into sugar for us. As been discussed in previous videos, we don't process sugar very well. So above ground is good, below ground is not so good. So what type of foods or vegetables are really good? Well, legumes, which is a fancy name I've discovered for beans. Yeah, for ages I had no idea what they were talking about. And then I went, all right, it's beans, okay. So things then like cauliflower. Cauliflower is fantastic. I make pizza bases out of cauliflower, and I have cauliflower rice instead of normal rice. And there'll be a video below or a card there which you can link to for how to make cauliflower pizza bases. Okay, courgettes, I love courgettes. I make courgette spaghetti, and so I have that instead of pasta. I actually prefer the taste personally. I prefer the taste. Other options which are out there for you is lettuce, cabbage. Other great options for you is broccolis, peas, asparagus, cabbage, sprouts, squashes, peppers, lettuce. There's absolutely loads of options out there for you. So enjoy. Now here's a word on organics. Okay, I would prefer, if I could, to eat organic fresh vegetables on all of the time, but that's not always feasible. So if it's your only option is to have frozen, then have frozen. It's better than having a meal out of a box. So the second food group you can eat naturally and freely is fruits. Now, according to Dr. Google, there's over 2,000 different types of fruits in the world. And in this world, we only actually eat 10% of the fruits that grow naturally. That means you still got 200 different types of fruits that you can consume. So there's loads of different choices out there. Now, why are fruits a good for you to consume? Because fruit contains sugar, right? Okay, well, as I discussed in my previous video about how to reduce A1C quickly, there's 3 different types of sugar out there: glucose, fructose, and sucrose. Fruits contain glucose, and our body can absorb this naturally. I would still recommend, if you can, to have your fruit intake at the beginning of the day. But fruit also contains fibre. So fibre is also really good for our body because our body likes fibre and we do need fibre. But yet again, there's one fruit I must make you aware of, you need to be careful of about consuming, and that's bananas. Bananas have a hell of a lot of carbs in them. I've actually even seen one video on YouTube of a gentleman who tested eating two chocolate bars, and he had bananas another day, and the bananas made his blood sugar spike massively compared to the chocolate bars he had. So I would definitely try and avoid bananas if you could. But fruits like pears, avocados, berries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, watermelons, like honeydew, or anything in that category. These are all great fruits that you can have and you can consume them. My only advice is to try and, if you can, consume them first thing in the morning rather than late at night, because they do contain sugar, but it gives your body time to burn that glucose off. The third group is nuts. Now, I recommend you stick to dried nuts rather than anything that's covered in salt or any other type of coating. And dried nuts are fantastic. There's loads of different options out there of dried nuts. You got walnuts, you got Brazil nuts, which in Brazil I'm told they just call nuts. Okay, so but any type of dry nut out there, hazelnuts, they're all good. I use nuts as a snack food. I'll grab like a handful of nuts and then I'll eat those. And I did used to get into the bad habit of opening a pack of nuts and eating the whole lot. Please try and avoid that. Have a handful, leave the bag in the kitchen, so instead of next to you, okay, just eat a handful of nuts. You'd be surprised how much that can fill you and keep you going until your next meal time. Your fourth food that you can eat freely is dairy. Now, I'm going to put a caveat on this, okay? For some people, dairy is going to cause inflammation, okay? And if that's the case, you're probably best avoiding dairy. But for me, I don't have this problem. So I eat lots of eggs, especially as a breakfast substitute. Okay, there's loads of different things you can do with eggs. You can scramble them, you can poach them, you can fry them, you can boil them. Yeah, there's loads of different options you can do with eggs, and eggs is a great source of protein. And on a Sunday morning, I love to have, as my main breakfast, fried eggs, bacon and some mushrooms. So when I got told that I could have a cooked breakfast first thing in the morning, that was great. So dairy, why is cheese good for you then? Because cheese has got a lot of natural fat in it. And so, yet again, fat burns slower in your body than carbs, so you don't get as hungry as quick. And so cheese can be a good thing for you. But please always check with your doctor, because if you do have an allergy to cheese and dairy, I don't want you to start eating cheese and dairy, okay? I do understand that more and more people have allergies to these type of things, but dairy is a good one that you can have, so keep on going for that. Milk does have quite a bit of sugar in it, okay? So, but yet again, it's not bad sugar, and I would recommend you go organic cheese, organic milk. Yet again, things that, because at the end of the day, when you have organic cheese and organic milk, this comes from cows that are eating grass and not wheat, okay? So there's less problems with them. I'm not going to get into that right now. There's loads of other documentaries you can watch to educate yourself on that. Fifth one, the fifth group of foods that you can eat freely is meat. That's right. You can eat meat. It's not a problem. Now, if you do decide you want to be a vegan, okay, or a vegetarian, that's fine. Please do that, okay? But the reason why meat is a good source of food is because we need vitamin B12 in our bodies, and animals, when they eat the grass, they are very good at processing that into B12, and so when we eat the meat, it's a very natural source for us to get the B12. So if you decide you want to be a vegetarian or you want to be vegan, then please make sure you're getting the B12 from somewhere else so that your body can have that in its system. But meat is also a good source of fat, okay? And yet again, I've said plenty of times, fat burns slowly in our bodies and means that we don't get as hungry as quick. And my sixth food and my final food, drink a ton of water. Water is absolutely fantastic. 60% of our bodies are made up of water, and so putting it into our bodies to hydrate ourselves and keep ourselves full is always a good thing. Now, don't be worried. If you want to stick a bit of lime or lemon in that water, you go ahead and do that. It makes it taste a lot better, and it's quite good at reducing the blood sugars a little bit. Also, green tea, yet again, this is proven to reduce blood sugar. And if you want to put a bit of apple cider vinegar in with your water, do that. But try and drink about 2 litres of water a day. It's not that difficult when you get into it. Drink half a litre first thing in the morning as soon as you get up. I promise you, it'll change your life. So there you are. They are the 6 foods that you can eat freely as a type 2 diabetic. There's loads of different options in there. Now, please come join us on Facebook, come join us on Instagram, and join us on Twitter. Become part of the Type Rhino family so we can all help each other reverse our type 2 diabetes together. I'm going to stick another video with you about how to lower your A1C quickly, and I'm going to put another video up as well about what low fat means, okay, especially to a type 2 diabetic, and another button there for you to subscribe. Don't forget, people, you're not a number, you're a rhino, no charge.